What are the main driving factors to get subscribers on YouTube? I'm gonna go over like the big things. There's a lot of videos with like tactics and little tips that can help you pick up a few extra subscribers here and there, but let's talk about like the meat of it, like where you're gonna get most of your subscribers so you can get more subscribers and get them more quickly. So the first thing we've got to talk about is what it really comes down to is, first of all, getting views on your videos, right? If you're not getting views on your videos, then you're probably not gonna get too many subscribers, right? You gotta get the views first if you wanna be able to get people to subscribe to your channel. I mean, the odds of people like having your channel just pop up in their feed or from a search, those are pretty slim. And even then, like just because they see your channel, they might not subscribe. Like they probably wanna see a few videos and see what's going on with them before they will ever hit that subscribe button, right? So we gotta talk about videos first. Like that's gonna be the main thing to getting more subscribers. So the first thing you wanna think about with that is, how are you gonna get people watching more of your videos, right? Because the more people you get watching your videos, the more views you get, and now you get more subscribers. So couple things that you want to pay attention with this is, first of all, figuring out how you're going to show up in search or suggested so you can get more people seeing your videos when they're searching something into the search bar, or if they're watching a video so you can show up in the suggested feed or the home feed. There's a ton of views that you can gain from that. So you want to think about like the terms you're using, search engine optimizing and suggested engine optimizing. I will link you to a video at the end that will show you more about how to do that, but getting that in place will be big for getting your video in front of more eyeballs. And then on top of that, you know, figuring out what you can do on your own end to like promote your videos, right? Maybe promote them in relevant Facebook groups or Reddit threads for people that are interested in what your specific topic is about. So what I would not recommend you do is go into these groups where it's about how to grow on YouTube. Like I go in those groups and post my videos there because I know people are interested there in growing a YouTube channel, and my videos are about how to grow a YouTube channel. So if you got a channel that's about cooking, you might want to promote it in a cooking Facebook group or Reddit thread or whatever. You know, find maybe some message boards that are relevant and do it in a way that's helpful and meaningful. Don't just like spam your links out there. So those are two ways to get some more eyeballs on your videos and get some traffic on that side of things. Now, another big thing we got to talk about with getting more views on those videos is you've got to be keeping in mind what is going to get people to click that video. And YouTube's going to look at this. If you're not getting a lot of people to click your video, then really good chance that they're not going to show it as much in search or suggested. And if your video doesn't look enticing to people and you promote it, there's a really good chance, again, that you're not gonna get nearly as many views. So getting the click side of things down is big. So you wanna make sure your title and your thumbnail are good and enticing. Big tip I can give you for the thumbnail is make it clear, make it pretty simple, make it like curiosity driven or hint into a story or an element of something that happens in your video. So I always try to like pull out for me like one certain moment in the video that is either has a big wow factor or kind of conveys the message of what the overall video is about, and I'll make a thumbnail from that. And a lot of times what I'll do, and I highly recommend you do this, is I'll take a separate picture so I can really emphasize that emotion or feeling. Now, if you're got maybe a channel where you're doing more crafts or showing how to do something or make something, you might not need to be in the thumbnail. It might just be whatever, you know, you're gonna show people how to build or make or do. You might just wanna show that thing in the thumbnail and put the focus on that, make it clear though. And besides that, you also want to make sure that the title is enticing. So again, we talked about like search engine and suggested engine optimization being a big factor, but with the title, you also want to make sure that in that title, you're getting an element that makes it more enticing for people to want to click it. And I'm going to link you to a video at the end that will really show you how to get more views on your videos by making enticing titles and thumbnails. But one thing I can give you on this is don't just go generic. Some channels can do okay with this, you know, just going with the like more straight search engine optimized type title. Like if you got a video on how to tie your shoelaces, you title it how to tie your shoelaces, but you could figure out a way to make it better. So that video I'll talk about more, you know, that side of things. But at the end of the day, just think about it a little more, spend a little more time on it and be like, how can I make this idea just a little more interesting in the title that makes people want to watch it? So that way people will be a little bit more intrigued, and now you'll get more people clicking to watch your video, and that sends a good signal to YouTube. So now you get more views on your videos because YouTube's gonna say a lot of people are clicking this, so it's probably a good video, and when they click it, that click-through rate goes up, which basically means out of 100 people, you know, if one person clicks to watch the video when they see that thumbnail, that's 1% click-through rate. And that's kind of gonna give YouTube a gauge of how good your title and your thumbnail are. And from that now, they're gonna say, okay, if it's got a higher click-through rate, people are resonating with this video, and they're gonna show it more in search and suggested and the home feed because they think it's a good video that is interesting people. Then let's talk about the video side of things. Now this is where you really start actually gaining more of the subscribers from like the, you know, getting them to click the button side of things. All those other things that I gave you though are probably just, if not more important than these things I'm gonna give you here, because you gotta get people on the video first if you wanna get subscribers, right? And you gotta get more people watching your videos if you wanna get more subscribers. So get that in place, and then this is the things you'll wanna do in the video to get more subscribers. Now that you got them there, this is like the big step too. So in your video, here's the big thing. I see a lot of people do this. I've kind of moved away from this, and you know, it really depends from niche to niche, I think, but I've been paying attention to my audience retention reports, and you know what I see happen every time I give a subscribe call to action in the beginning of my video? Audience retention dips, and then it comes right back up. You know why? People are just skipping right over it because they're getting used to it. So here's the deal. You also want to keep in mind that if you're putting that subscription call to action, so let's say you do your intro, you do your hook, like, you know, make sure you watch this entire video because you're gonna learn 10 tips to tie your shoelaces in the coolest way possible. So if you make that hook, that's a good hook, right? And then immediately after that, you follow up with, be sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can catch the newest videos, because I'm gonna show you a lot of other ways to tie your shoes and yada, 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 yada. People are tuning that out. They know that you're gonna go into that. So on their phone, they're double tapping forward to skip 10 seconds forward and bypassing it. And they see you still yapping about it, they're gonna double tap. That's what's happening on my videos. I see the retention drop. And you gotta keep in mind, a lot of people on YouTube, if they see you doing that earlier in your videos, some people are gonna just skip forward, but some people just don't have patience and they just want you to get to the point. So guess what's gonna happen? They're just gonna leave your video and go find another one. Or they're gonna find someone that'll get to the point a little quicker. So what I recommend you do is, first of all, don't put that subscription call to action in the beginning of the video, at least not verbally, because people want you to get to the point. They wanna get what the video's they came to the video for, but more importantly, you haven't really provided anything for them yet. Like if there's someone new that, you know, just discovered your videos from the other tips I gave you earlier, and they just discovered your video, and now you're telling them to subscribe without them even like getting any value, any entertainment, any information, any help from you, why would they subscribe? They're like, they don't even know what, you know, if they like your video yet. So you gotta kind of hold off on that a little bit. I think for some channels, like what they'll do in the beginning is like say, hey, on this channel, this is what we do, and hit that subscribe button if that's something that interests you. That can be an okay way of going about things, but I still think it's better to not have it early in the video. Now I realize by having that call to action in the beginning, and then a lot of times people will put it in the end, that can increase the amount of people watching your video that'll click the subscribe button. However, the problem with that is, with that big dip in audience retention, having like a bunch of people on your video and then all of a sudden having it dip down and then come back up, again, a lot of people are leaving your video, so you're losing out on a lot of views. And because of that also, your audience retention is a big factor in YouTube suggesting your video in the suggested feed, the home feed, or how well it ranks in search results, right? So if by putting that call to action in near the beginning of the video makes you lose retention, now you get less views, which again was one of the big prerequisites to getting more subscribers, is getting a lot more views. So if you're losing views by putting that call to action in that could, you know, get you more subscribers per view, overall, more often than not, I think you're gonna lose out. So what I would recommend you do is in the beginning of the video, have your, you know, little quick hook and then get right into the content. Now, what I think you could do if you wanna still get that extra call to action is, instead of having you mention the subscribe and click the bell icon, is just have a little graphic overlay that has like a little click the bell, you know, or a little animation to click the bell, click the subscribe button, right? I have that in my videos. If you watch, go back to the beginning of this video if you want to check it out, you'll see that I'm just get right into the content after the quick hook, and you'll see the little animation for clicking the subscribe button and the bell icon. Didn't mention it, just had it there. So it's just like a little friendly reminder for people that have watched my videos before, or maybe if they think that this is a channel that they're gonna like, then, you know, and they're new, then maybe they will click. So that being said, The next big thing is the content's gotta be good. You gotta keep people, watching the video, so you give them a good experience, right? And that's gonna do two things for you. Number one, it's gonna give them a good experience, so they're gonna like your video more, and maybe then as they're watching and you give them a few good tips, every time you give a good tip, think about it as a tally, okay, that's one good tip. Okay, he's earned some points in my book. That was another good tip. Okay, you earned some more points in my book, right? Or if it's an entertainment video, more good moments, right? And those keep tallying up, and after a while they're like, okay, yeah, I like this channel, right? I like this, and they can kind of determine that a lot of times just from watching one video, and they'll just hit the subscribe button all on their own from the content being good. So that's the first reason why having a really good video is gonna be helpful. The second reason is if the content is really good, well, then it's gonna boost your audience retention, right? Which comes back to getting that video showing up higher in search, suggested, home feed, all that, right? Getting more views from those areas where you can rake in a lot more views, get a lot more people on your video, and now you get more subscribers. And the other reason having a really good video is important is because if you have a really good video, hopefully you'll get a lot of people all the way to the end, right? Now, what you'll want to do at the end is really important. First of all, before you even ask anyone to subscribe, what I recommend you do is you get them onto another video or another playlist. What that's gonna do is, again, send good signals to YouTube. So they don't just look at watch time and audience retention on that one video. They wanna see, like, if someone clicks and watches your video, how long do they end up spending on YouTube total? So if they watch a whole bunch of videos and spend 5 hours on YouTube, that's a good signal, right? So that's why you'd wanna get people onto another video or playlist. So I would have something in mind of, okay, here's another video I can get people to watch. And from there, if they watch another video or a whole playlist of videos that you have, YouTube's gonna be like, okay, this channel's legit, this is good stuff. They're keeping them on platform. People are binge watching this person's content, and they're gonna show your stuff more in search and suggested. And that will get a lot more views in your videos, where you'll get a lot more subscribers. On top of that, if people are watching multiple videos from you, again, we talked about every time you give them some more entertainment or a good piece of information that helps them out, you're tallying points, right? And by doing that, okay, maybe they didn't subscribe on the first video, but maybe on the second or the third or the fourth, they'll be like, okay, I really like this content. I wanna make sure I get the newest videos the second they come out, right? People know what subscribing is about on YouTube. It's not a new thing anymore. Like, the call to action isn't as important as it used to be. People just, they know what subscribing is nowadays. So just by getting that tally up of multiple videos and moments in your videos that people like, at some point, they're probably gonna hit that subscribe button and bell icon all on their own. That being said, what I'll usually do is give one final soft reminder about it near the end of my video. So I'll say something about like, hey, if this video helped, you'll want to check out this video or this playlist also, because that's going to help you a lot as well, right? Or something that's related to the video that you're giving them. And from there, you'll get them onto that next video, so you can get that side of things down that we just mentioned. And then after that, and I would make that last thing real quick, 10, 15 seconds, get to the point. You don't want your outro long, because that's going to hurt your audience retention. And then after that, real quick, just say, click the subscribe button and the bell icon to catch the newest videos. You might want to include something really quick about like what your channel's about, but I think they should probably, if they've watched the entire video, have a good feel for what you got going on. So that's why I recommend you just say, hey, if this video helped, you'll probably want to check out this video in this playlist, because it's going to help you a lot as well. Be sure to click that subscribe button and the bell icon to catch the newest videos. I'll see you in that video next. Done. Make it quick, make it sharp. So with that being said, this is the video I was talking about that shows you how to optimize your videos for search and suggested. And this is the video that will show you how to get more views by making better titles, thumbnails, all that stuff. Click the subscribe button and the bell icon to catch the newest videos, and I'll see you in one of these videos next.